welcome back to my channel. As you can see, there's a slight change in my appearance. I've got absolutely no makeup on, which I said I don't tend to wear, so I was like, I'm not just gonna put it on for the sake of it today because I wasn't gonna wear it anyway. And as you see, there's a change in my hair. It's slightly different colour. I'm on the process of going pastel pink, but if you know anything about going pastel, you have to go light blonde before you can actually go pink, because else it doesn't work, and I found that out. So that's why it's like a weird rose gold colour. I'm hoping to bleach it tonight and then do it pink again, so hopefully it goes pink in the next video or the next couple of videos. But I actually filmed this video at the beginning of the week and it deleted itself, which was so annoying. I'm having to film it again, but it's my mental health story because I feel like it's so important to talk up about mental health, because I don't feel like enough influencers or anyone talks about it in general. Because I really want to try and push it on my channel, because I really think it's important and people talk about their emotions and how they're feeling so they can get help if they need it. I firstly would like to say that as a child I was always quite anxious. I never had anything concerning, like I never was that anxious, but I did used to have anxiety as a child, like quiet. I was a quieter child. Then I sort of got better until I got to the end of secondary. At the end of secondary I started to get really anxious again. Like through my GCSEs I found GCSEs really hard. Like I never was very academic, so GCSEs for me were challenging, and I sought help then by just the school network. So I went to my student support and I had counselling at school. So my GCSEs came around, and yes, I was anxious going into the hall, but I still took my exams in the hall. I didn't go into a separate room like some people, because I'm not really bad in like big situations, so I wasn't really anxious about the hall situation. I was more anxious about the exam. So I took my exams and I didn't feel like that they went that great, but when the end of August came around, when it was results day, I picked up my results and I was so pleasantly surprised. I actually managed to pass all my GCSEs. I got a C and above, which I was so surprised about. I didn't expect myself to get that at all. So that set me up for when I started college in the summer of 2017. So I started college, I went into a class with nobody I knew, literally no one. But luckily something that I've always been able to do is make friends quite easily. So I managed to get a nice friendship group of Nijus and Courtney, and honestly they were like the reason I got through college and I'm in college still now, because I started off college and I felt fine, like I didn't feel anxious at all. But then when our workload started to heave up in December all the way up to probably about April, I really struggled. I found the workload really overwhelming, and so I again sought help in our student services, and they told me that I should go to the doctors. So at that time I went to the doctors and I got referred to CAMS. However, as the year progressed and I came to the end of my first year, my anxiety seemed to get so much better and I didn't need to seek that help, which was brilliant. So summer came around of 2018 and I didn't really do that much. I had like a nice little chilled summer, because I normally go abroad, but I didn't that summer because I was going to America in October. So I spent my summer with all my friends, my family, my boyfriend, and it was really lovely. And then September came around and I was starting my second year back at college. And so I went in for my induction days, not really that nervous because I was so sure that I'd get put in a class with my friends. Yet to my knowledge, I didn't get put into a class with my friends. I was completely separated. I knew no one in the other class. No one from my first class was in there. So I really struggled. I fully broke down and I cried, and I was like, right, I'm not doing college then. There's no way I'm doing college if I'm in my own class, because it's not good for me and I know I wouldn't be able to do it. So I kind of forced myself into their class for the induction days, and then my mum rang up college because she wasn't happy either, and she luckily managed to get me back into my friend's class, because I probably wouldn't have done too well if I was in a separate class due to my anxiety. And so then I started college, and although I felt fine, I still had that like little niggle at the back of my head that I got moved, I wasn't happy. And then a few months into college I started to feel really low. We had no idea why, but now thinking back we think it was to do with the whole change, and I started to get really low and it was really horrible. I got really like, I wouldn't go do stuff by myself, and still to this day I still had that. But the thing carrying me through was the fact that I'm going to America in the October half term, and that was really exciting. So America came around and we flew out. We went from Gatwick to Orlando and I had a best time with my boyfriend's family. It was so nice. It was so sunny compared to what it would have been like in Britain. And then when we came back I went straight back into college. So literally there was no waiting time. I went straight back into college, and I felt fine getting into college that day. I didn't really feel anxious. I felt like normal. I was looking forward to seeing my friends, but for some reason I started to feel really tight in my chest, and I don't know why. I was like, what's going on? I was so confused, and then I got really tight and I put my hand up and I was like, I feel really weird. So I went outside with my tutor and my friend Jessie, and we did some breathing exercises to try and calm my heart rate down, and I felt yeah, I feel okay. I feel like I can go back in. So I went back in, and then a few minutes later it started to get really bad, so I just put my hand up and was like, I really need to go. I really feel like I can't breathe. And I take myself down to the student support, and she said that I was just like a ghost. I was so pale, and obviously it's worrying when someone goes pale and they say they can't breathe. So she lies me down, and she said if she didn't think it was a panic attack, she would have had to call the ambulance because I was so pale and my heart rate was like so crazy, and that was terrifying. Still to this day, that's like the scariest day of my life due to the fact that I thought I was dying, because at that stage I had no clue what a panic attack was. But luckily my dad came and he took me home and I was okay. I still had quite regular panic attacks to that day, but on the whole it's fine. I know how to like control them now. If you want to know how to control a panic attack, or you want any follow-up videos to this after you've heard this, please let me know, and I'm happy to do as many videos about anxiety as you want, because I think it's so important, as I said. So after my panic attacks started to come under control, I felt better for a few weeks, but then for some reason I started to feel really low again. The low mood sort of triggered me again, and it was horrible. I went to the doctors because that's what college told me to do, and they referred me to CAMS again, and unfortunately the waiting list to CAMS is so long, which is really sad if you think about it, all the people that need the help. So I'm still on that waiting list today, but I think I should get help in the next few weeks, which is really good. But to tie me through until I do go out, they did prescribe me with citalopram 10 milligrams and 10 milligrams of propanol, as I need it as an emergency, because I take propanol if I had an emergency, and I take the citalopram every morning. So I did that, and I had done that until Christmas, until I started to get really bad. It was Christmas Eve, and I felt so low, I felt so panicky. So I rang the off-duty doctors, and they said they would double my dose of citalopram and to take one propanol 3 times a day to like tie me through. So I started to do that, and honestly I can't say how much better I feel to this day. So I've been doing that to this day. I'm now on 1 propanol instead of 3 because I don't need it anymore, as it's just something to tie you through until I do start getting better, because it's such a minor dose that it's, as I said, to this day I am a lot better than I was. And if you want me to go into more depth, or you have any more questions, please ask me. I've left my Instagram in the down so message me on that, or in the comments I'll answer comment, because I am so passionate about mental health. There's so many different charities. I'll leave some down below, because it's so important to speak out about your mental health, because if you don't, then that's why bad things happen. So yeah, I really hope this video was helpful. If you do enjoy my sort of content, please subscribe and like. And as again, I'm not really prepared to film today, that's why it's very like haphazard, and I'm probably speaking a bit like shocked because my boyfriend is there, so I am a bit self-conscious. Yeah, I'll see you all in my next video.